Well, then I am going to call this meeting to order. If everyone will stand for the pledge.
How do I turn this thing on? Help me. Throw it against the wall?
Uh-oh.
Let me turn this off before we get interrupted, okay? But I'm not smart enough to do it. There you go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You're welcome. All right, we'll do a roll call. Miss Linda's not here, so I guess we'll try to.
One of us do it?
Yeah, if you want to do it, Jimmy, that'd be great.
Let me find the OB. All right, roll call, George Dixon. Absent. Engelke.
Here.
Andrew Yeager.
Here.
Angie Little.
Here.
Linda McGunn. Absent. Jay Stapleton.
Here.
Jimmy Stokes here. Janice Vidal. Absent.
Thank you. All right, now we'll move on to approving the minutes from the previous meeting. If everybody's had a chance to look over them, anytime anybody's ready, we just need a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August the 30th, 2021.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Jimmy to approve the minutes, seconded by Andrew. Roll call.
Oh. Dixon. Engelke.
Yes.
Andrew Yeager.
Yes.
Angie Little.
Yes.
Jay Stapleton.
Yes.
Jimmy Stokes. Yes.
All right, so there is no old business, no new business. And now we'll move on to number 5, conditional use. Case number 2051 CU, conditional use for a hookah bar lounge. And we'll open, this is a public hearing, so this is now open. So we'll start out with, do we have the applicants? Or we'll start with Mr. Bob. Sorry.
Yes. Good evening, Commissioners. Once again, I'm having to join you remotely, and I appreciate your patience with that. I will tell you before we open this case up, the city has interviewed multiple candidates last week for a permanent director, and we're thinking it's likely that you will have a permanent planning director very soon. And so I leave that word with you, and appreciate the opportunity to join you remotely tonight. The first case, as you've just called out, is for a hookah bar and lounge. It is located at, I did type the address. It's located at 1403 Goodman Road. The proposed location is there. This will be on the southeast corner of Highway 51 and Goodman Road at Bullfrog Corner, and it's right in the corner of that shopping center, sort of right next door to the grocery store there. I don't have a lot in the staff report. The lounge is listed in the zoning code as a conditional use, and they are proposing to have a hookah bar and lounge, and I believe they're going to serve food in a restaurant-like setting, or serve restaurant food, but it'll be a lounge-like setting. That's the proposal. There are no hookah bars, to my knowledge, in the county. This is the first one. If it were approved, it would be the first one. I listed in the background discussion on your staff report the criteria for conditional use. And by the way, I've never been to a hookah bar. It is a smoking facility. I'm sure the applicant will explain it. There's a pipe of sorts that's connected to a large pot, for lack of a better word, and there are coals that are put in there, and tobacco is heated, and you smoke it through a tube. I believe they are proposing also to have entertainment in the form of a pool table, several pool tables in the hookah bar, and then of course they'll serve drinks, alcoholic drinks as well. So I listed in the background material there on your staff report the criteria by which the commission would judge the appropriateness of a hookah bar in that particular location. And just reading them off there is that would it cause an increase in traffic hazards or congestion? Would the use substantially increase fire hazards? Would it adversely affect the character of the neighborhood? And in this case, the neighborhood would be that commercial area that surrounds it. Will the use adversely affect the general welfare of the city? And that could, you can make your own judgment there. That might be health concerns or other kinds of concerns that would impact the city of Horn Lake. And will it overtax public utilities or community facilities? That means the infrastructure that serves the store and streets and roads and so forth. And is it in conflict with the comprehensive plan? So the comprehensive plan calls for the area to be a commercial area. It doesn't really drill down specifically into this kind of use. There are a few comments there that follow the criteria. It's in an existing shopping center. I'm sure you're all familiar with that shopping center, and there's a picture of it when we get to it in a moment on the next page or two. If the Planning Commission should consider any kind of condition that might be needed to ensure an orderly and attractive and safe operation, and that should be a part of your approach to the application. And if you recommended approval of it, conditional uses are supposed to have a time limit. In other words, they're not to be approved just on an open-ended basis from now on forever, but whatever that appropriate time frame is, a year, a half a year, 3 years, 5 years, whatever, it should have a time limit associated with it. And then after the commission makes its recommendation, the applicant will have to go before the mayor and board of aldermen and be heard there. And public hearing will deliver your recommendation, and then there'll be a public hearing before the mayor and board of aldermen. So those are the elements there. I see you have representatives at the meeting to speak to the application. If you have any questions for me, I'll answer those now.
All right, does the commission have any questions for Bob? All right.
What about the time limit for the conditional use? Is that a time limit to get up and running, or is that a time limit where they have to come back before the board and get to continue business?
No, number two,
Okay.
there's the time limit, and when the time limit expires, they have to be back before the board or before the planning commission. However, you could give a certain time frame to get started as well if there's reason to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. The applicants, if y'all would come forward, just state your name and your address.
Hello, my name is Desiree Davis. Address is 5211 Woody Drive, Horn Lake, Mississippi, 38637.
I'm Courtney Bell, address 5757 Iroquois Drive, Horn Lake, Mississippi, 38637.
Well, thank you, ladies, for being here. Now I'll just open up the questions to the commission. If y'all have any questions for the applicants about this.
Did they have anything they wanted?
Yeah, I was going to say, can you describe the?
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, so a hookah bar and lounge is basically no different than a typical bar. We just want to add hookahs and cigars. And basically a hookah is no different than pipes people used to smoke years ago. You put tobacco in it and smoke it. But they made it fancy with this tube thing, and so that's where the hookah comes from. You just put tobacco in it, put water in it, smoke it. So it's pretty much a bar and lounge. You just add cigars and a hookah.
So you'll have TVs and pool table,
Well,
just like a bar?
TVs, pool table, and dartboards will also be.
Okay, so it will be tobacco instead of flavoring?
Well, it is a flavored tobacco,
Mm-hmm.
is what it is.
Which is called shisha.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, okay, because I know some you can use as just the flavoring
Flavor.
only, and then some is flavored tobacco. So you're going to do the flavored tobacco, correct?
We're going to do flavored tobacco.
Okay. And what will your hours of business be?
So originally in our business plan, we put for Thursday through Sunday, like Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But we want to do Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12 to 12. And then Friday and Saturday, 12 to 2 if possible.
Okay, repeat that slowly.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m.
12 p.m. to 12 a.m.?
Mhm.
Okay.
Friday and Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 a.m.
And then you're closed Monday and Tuesday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you already own the establishment there now?
We do not own an establishment. This is something we've been wanting to do for years, and all of our jobs have kind of constrained us from being able to do it, and now we're finally getting a chance to kind of
What
get
is
it
there
in
now?
motion. I'm sorry?
What is at this location now?
It's vacant.
It's vacant.
It's
It's a vacant location.
What made you choose Horn Lake to bring the hookah bar experience to?
We are born and raised in Mississippi. We love Mississippi. We want our business in Mississippi. We want our business close to us. We don't want to have to do a lot of traveling. We want to be able to kind of have a close watch on it, like to be able to get there. Like say it's a day that we chose not to actually be there. If they actually need us, we want to be able to get there. So we want it as close as possible to us.
Right. So do y'all own another hookah bar?
We do not.
You do not? Okay. DeSoto County doesn't have any hookah bars, but Horn Lake seems to be the place where we normally get businesses that normal other cities don't want. For example, if you look at the inner city of Memphis, you see hookah bars all in the inner city.
Right.
But if you go out to Bartlett, Germantown, Cordova have one.
I
Yeah,
think
they
Bartlett
have
has one. Bartlett has
Carterville,
one
I
too.
didn't see one in Bartlett.
Where's Oasis? Is it Bartlett?
I think
I'm
it's
so
on
sorry.
it's on
I'm
the
so
Memphis
sorry.
side.
Yeah.
Right.
It's on the Memphis side. So what you start to see from the picture is that normally in communities, especially if there's a college there, because it attract young adults.
Correct.
Versus cigars attract more your older men, business professionals.
Yeah.
So the crowd you're getting is a 1 or 2 o'clock crowd. So the question is, do you think that'll do anything to the character of Horn Lake?
No. So basically, we changed our aging. We want to do 25 and older to kind of constrain that, to kind of have like a,
Control on who's able to.
yes.
go to the lounge.
And we don't think that, the way that we want to run this, we don't think that we will attract,
That type of crowd.
yeah.
Because we went ahead.
Yeah, because all the pictures online, you can look at it and see
Yeah.
what kind of crowd it brings. But right now I think we got to be careful in Horn Lake because we don't want to continue to keep the stigma that we already have.
Correct.
And in that area right there, that's that east side of Bullfrog Corner, man, it's already ugly versus the other side. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of bad upkeep, and then now you're talking about a nighttime traffic. All right, next to a drugstore that's trying to help people live. So we.
So,
go ahead.
how do you propose to target that specific 25 and older crowd? Because we know that, I mean, my daughter went to a hookah bar when she was under 21. So how do you propose to make that your target customer?
Oh, so we plan to have security available on site at all times. We plan to check IDs. We don't want any sagging pants. I don't want any firearms allowed into our facilities. We kind of really want to keep a close eye on the people that comes in as far as what they wear. We want to have a dress code.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll have security available at all times.
Okay. Okay, and you said you are going to serve food and alcohol, correct?
We are.
Okay.
Yes, Commissioner.
As far as the smoking, are you gonna have specialized containers for any of the ashes?
We are.
That you'll put them in so there won't be a There's gonna be a fire hazard, but limit,
Well, as far as a hookah, the ashes are kept in the container. Like, no ashes goes anywhere, like everything
Okay.
stays within the container. But as far as the cigars, we do plan to have the holders and everything so that we will have a control on ashes and all
but
that.
are you gonna have the containers?
Yes, yes, sir.
Because where there's smoking, there's always a fire
Fire.
hazard,
That's so true.
okay? And, you know, God forbid that somebody puts embers into the regular trash can. Fire chief won't be happy.
Yeah.
Secondly, what about any type of music or PA system or any type of volume machine?
So,
I'd like to see about a 10 decibel limit on that. Because the people out in the parking lot don't need to hear
hear
it.
the music.
So if you would, put that in the records of 10 decibel maximum.
You remember? Okay.
All right,
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
are you taking one or two of the spaces, one or two of those bays that are vacant right now?
We're combining two suites. We're combining
Okay.
1403 and 1405.
Okay. Does that have a current ventilation system?
No, we plan to install one.
Okay.
When you recommended 10 decibels, are you talking about 10 decibels on the inside or 10 from the outside? Like, or are you talking about you don't want to hear music from the out?
Outside.
Okay, okay.
Like on the sidewalk, for instance.
I got
If
you.
it gets loud out there, then it distracts people.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure you weren't talking about the inside.
Yeah.
I got you.
But, you know, even at that, if you go with those limits or close to it on the outside, it's gonna be plenty loud on the inside.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
You know.
Any other questions for the applicant from the board?
I have one. Okay, so the smells, there are obviously going to be a lot of smell, different conflicting smells. You have businesses on either side of you. How are you going to prevent complaints of the smells? Because, you know, I do property management, and we had a Subway in same situation, and there were a lot of complaints. You know, I love the smell of bread, but some people don't. So that, looking into the future, that could be an issue.
Okay, as far as the ventilation system, I hope that kind of has a handle on that, but it's kind of hard to, like, stop the smell of smoke, if that kind of
Right.
makes sense. Because once you open those doors, I mean, it's not like something, and I know a lot of people haven't been to a hookah bar, but you don't really get that, it's not like a loud smell like that. Like, it's kind of contained. It's not, now the cigar smoke is one thing, but the actual hookah smoke, it's not a loud odor.
Okay.
Any other questions? I do thank you, ladies. Now we're going to open it up. Do we have any questions any comments from the public? Oh, Mr. Miller, I didn't see you out there with all these people out here. Why don't you go ahead and get up in front and.
Find his way to the front
Thank
and all
you.
the other people.
Get lost in the crowd.
And
For the record, my name is Francis J. Miller, Ward 5, City of Horn Lake, 12 years, registered voter, and tonight I'm going to get in more trouble than I've ever gotten in my entire life, and I am going to have everybody after me because I am very opinionated on what I just heard. My opinion only, it's worthless. Number one, when you have fire, smoke, ashes, you've got a unbelievable fire nightmare there. Number two, you're not going to have any control over age 25 and up. In Horn Lake, I've been here 13 years, you can't even enforce buying alcohol, and we only have a limited amount of police officers to stand at every business, so that 25 age, doesn't, I mean, that nobody can control. Then, the smell of smoke at that corner, and there's a drugstore called CVS, there's a Walgreens there, and they're not going to want us, the people that come there to get medicine and that are not going to want to smoke. Now, I told the ladies when they sat down, I love businesses. I love growth. I love new things. And I was all for it. But I hate the smell of cigars and smoke. I hate the crime problem we have already when we can't control people buying liquor. And the fire hazard scares me to death. So this one, I'm going to wait and see what you guys do and wait and see what the Board of Aldermen do, but I'm petrified.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Miller? You just want to make some, anything? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, do we have any other comments, questions?
Yeah.
Yes?
She just gave me.
Could we get in front of the microphone?
I see a list of noise decibel readings. Average home noise is 40. So I would like to revise that 10, maybe put it a 30 or a 40.
Something to consider.
Yeah, whisper's 30. A whisper's 30, yeah,
Yeah,
A whisper is 30.
yeah. But you know how it's going to work about midnight. Okay. Anyway,
All right.
we would revise that place.
So, do we have any other comments, discussion? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Come back up front.
I just want to say this first. I know everybody have a concern about the crowd, the noises, the crime, and all that, but I think every business depends on who runs it, how you're running it, your security. You can have a handle on a lot of stuff. And as far as a hookah, the only thing we have pretty much burning outside of cigars is the coal, and we pretty much plan to manage the coal system as far as burning the hookah bars. We completely understand everybody's concern, but we plan to work as close with we plan to work close with Horn Lake and the fire department to make sure we follow all policies or whatever we need to when it comes to the ventilation system, the smoke, and all that. So I just wanted to say that.
Oh, well, appreciate that. Thank you.
I think when it comes to decimals, it would probably be like 80 to 90 that would probably be right at the right point. Because when you look at that again, when you look at the numbers of decibels, if we were to approve this, a vacuum cleaner, it would be like 80 to 90. We'll see if we can get it back up.
So we wouldn't want that out that loud on the sidewalk, though. Yeah.
I don't think a vacuum cleaner ever get outside from the house. We see what we would probably, if it was to be approved, we probably want to settle with a fair number.
Right.
Of what they should be able to have as a business.
Yeah, just remember we have a restaurant right next door to it.
Okay, do y'all have I know even in some places with smoke, do y'all have the ventilation system that pull the smoke up?
Well, currently right now there is no ventilation system in the building. We have to have that installed.
Right. Okay. You have to have it installed.
Yes.
Let's see. Where do you have that at first? Shouting in the ear, 111. Well,
probably, I think 60.
Jimmy, what did you just say shouting was 110?
No,
We need to be higher than that. We're talking about a bar. A bar's not going to be quiet.
Subwoofers going through
It's going to be like
even in the
200
parking lot.
decibels.
well, he's talking about outside on the sidewalk, not inside.
what we're trying to do is find what would be a fair decibel. Factory machining would be 100. Electric drill, 95. Truck, 90. Tractor, 90. So what were y'all proposing around there? Noisy restaurant would be at 85.
But that's on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So Just want to put that out there.
I think 60 would probably be fair.
Okay.
That's, what's it say, 60?
60, the shower is 70. Dishwasher is 63.
Did you say?
A dishwasher is 63.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was asking him, are we talking about the inside or outside? Because if you're at a bar, it's gonna be super loud, but if you shut the door at the bar, you're not gonna be able to hear outside, even if it's hollering.
Sidewalk, they're gonna be behind walls and closed doors. And it can be loud in there, but outside, you need to abate that noise.
So we want to be determine what it is on the and the outside. A noisy restaurant is at 85. You sure 60 won't be too low for? Because if you approve it, you want them to have a good experience. You know, you got the TV, you got.
Talking about the loudness.
But that's outside, right? 60 on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And if you think about it, 60 on the outside would be what from what I'm reading would be a conversation, normal conversation. So if you walked outside that thing, it would just sound like normal conversation as you walk by.
I got you. Okay.
That you know, that's what I'm reading right now.
If you wanna raise the numbers, then take the survey inside. And there you'd have a louder noise.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you.
So
60 is a normal conversation.
So what number are you gonna decide upon?
well, that'll be on the motion when y'all make it. I was just giving information that the 60 would be it would be two people talking outside would be a normal conversation decibel 60.
Right, 60.
Yep.
So that's this if approved.
Yep. That's if y'all approve it or make the motion for it, whatever y'all put in that motion. But is there any other discussion? Well, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve with the exception of the, what was it, 60 decibel test for noise abatement.
On the
Gathered
outside.
from the sidewalk.
Okay.
All right, if I might interject, a time limit would need to be attached to that.
You're going to say you need a time limit. A conditional use has to have a time limit.
I would say 6 months to get up and running.
No,
What? What's wrong, Andrew?
that's way too, that means they would have to come back in 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you do with
No,
conditional use.
that's what I'm saying is to be up and running. If
Oh,
they're
up
not
and running. I
in
thought
6
you said-
months, then we need to have a discussion about why it's not.
Oh, I got you, okay. I misunderstood you.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say because you have there's two things you can do on that part. Then there's the time that they have to get started and the time of how long this thing's good for once they are up and running. But typically we do anything you can do a year, 5 years, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
3 years, 5 years is what we typically do for this conditional use to be done. I mean, from my experience, we don't usually tell them how long they have to get started. It's
Right.
just how long this thing is good for.
I would say, since we have no experience with this type of business, that it would be to our benefit to have a shorter time limit.
Okay, so whatever you'll come up with is you'll just need to put that as part of the motion.
And remember, we'll be the first of the sole candidate.
I understand that.
Get started
To
in 6 months.
expire.
So yeah, I just go for the okay. So how long before you want them to come back in, if we continue?
When do you think you get started to open the doors?
Well, we are hoping to have these doors open at least.
January. So that's 90 days.
Mhm.
Give them
Yeah,
4 or 5 months, end of January?
we're talking about the expiration
To
for them to
start.
have, no,
No.
we're talking about the expiration.
Yeah, and get started and then give them, the building's already there, a year?
That would give them enough time.
Can you be in operation within a year from January? Yes? Yes, sir. Okay.
Confer with Barbara on this. You guys are way off track. Go to Barbara, ask. Conditional use is 5 years, 3 years.
And we don't do
You can
no
put
food.
the start. Go to Barbara.
We sit up here asking questions, trying to make our decision.
What?
We're sitting up here asking questions to try to make a decision, gathering information and facts. We're okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so currently our motion is to approve, and limit the outdoor decibels to 60 decibels with a time limit of 1 year.
1 year from 2022, January.
I have it so noted, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so, okay, hold on, we need to, expiration on that would be December 31st, 2022. So they would need to come in before that date to get it reconditioned. So we're giving them the rest of this year to get established and 1 year in operation.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else on the motion? Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Okay, so we got a motion from Jay, a second from Commissioner Little. Any other discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Angelou,
Yes.
Yeager,
Nope.
I'm not on. Jimmy Stokes, no.
Okay, so it comes.
To a tie.
Comes to you.
man.
Chad Davidson,
I'm gonna vote no.
Mr. Chairman, I recorded the 2 for and 3 against. So your recommendation to the mayor and board of aldermen will go as a recommendation against the conditional use.
That is correct.
Yes. Okay. All right. For the applicants, that will be heard by the mayor and board on their second meeting in, what month is this? Second meeting in October, which will be the 3rd Tuesday. I don't have my calendar in front of me to tell you what date that is, but that's the 3rd Tuesday in October.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll look that up for you. The second Tuesday in October would be
Third Tuesday.
The third Tuesday, I'm sorry, would be the 19th.
October 19th.
No, yep, that's it. Yep, 19th.
All right. Yes, sir.
Right.
That's all we have. You just have the one case on the agenda tonight. And updated you on the search for the planning director. Persons have been interviewed for that, and we're hopeful for some action on that very soon. And that's all I have for you tonight.
All right, do we have anything from the commissioners? All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? Everyone in favor say aye. Aye. All right, motion carries.
Cowboys.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you all.
All right, thank y'all. Thank you, Bob.